Hey everybody, this is a follow-up or update on something I did a few weeks ago using Smart Blur, and I introduced something called Find Edges, and I had a couple emails that came back to me excited about that, and so I decided to show you could actually use Find Edges to create some really cool art stuff, to start with something like this right here and turning into something like this. A really simple concept. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist, pushing ourselves out of the box creatively. Okay, today is basically a follow-up on something I did a few weeks ago, and if you didn't see it on using Smart Blur, the link will be in the show notes for you. So I would recommend that you see that video first and then come back to this one if you want, but I'm going to do this as a follow-up to something I introduced lightly, and that is Find Edges. So it's a minor comparison between Smart Blur versus maybe using Find Edges. There's no right or wrong on this. It's just another technique that we can use. Okay, let's dive right into Photoshop. I'm going to do 3 quick projects for you. Are we ready? Let's do it. Okay, so let's jump right into Photoshop right now. So over here in my workspace area, I'm just going to double-click to get the open dialog box, and I'm going to work on these 3 images to do some quick effects using something called Find Edges. So I'm just going to start with this one. So here's what you do. And before I get into it, because I've used these images in the past, it tends to work better when you have a plain background or background that's not really busy, but it's worth to try because, again, every image that you use is going to give you a different effect. So very first thing you do is duplicate your layer. So do Control-J, Command-J on a Mac, so that duplicates it. Simply go to the Filter drop-down menu here, and in the drop-down menu, go to a category called Stylize and choose something called Find Edges. That's how simple this is. And then, I'm telling you, bam, right there. You might like that, okay? But don't just accept that because we're under a blending mode of normal. Play with the different blending modes. So as I scroll down, you'll see the different looks that you get. I tend to like that light white background type of feel that we get, but look at all the variations. I mean, the overlay, soft light gives you a little bit too much background, but I like overlay. Let's see, vivid light, linear light, pin light. I like pin light on this one. So there you go. And you can play with the opacity, maybe pull that down a bit versus pull it up, but there's the before and after. How simple is that? Okay, let's go to another image right there. And because I already used this Find Edges one time already, you could just go to the Filter drop-down menu and choose Find Edges, and it will apply that automatically for you. Okay, so I'm going to undo that because of what I need to do is Control-J or Command-J on a Mac to duplicate the layer first. Then I'll go to Filter, Find Edges, and there I'm done. Now, again, playing with this, you go down to the drop-down menus, play the different blending modes, see what you can come up with. Vivid light is too much for me. Linear light looks pretty good. Pin light, oh, I like pin light. So I'm just going to choose pin light. So again, there's a different blending mode that tends to work better for me on this image than it did in the earlier image. And now the very last one right here, let's pull this back a little bit. And then again, Control-J, Command-J on a Mac to duplicate that. Again, I'm just going to go to Filter and just choose, again, because it remembers the last feature I use, and there's no sliders at all to use for adjustments. So I'm just going to use Find Edges there to apply that. And then this is the look I get. And then as I hover over the different blending modes, you're going to see different results. Ooh, color dodge looks pretty cool. I like that. And let's go vivid light. Ooh, you know what? I like vivid light. That's really strong. And I might pull the opacity down. So I'm just, again, these are just options that we have. Maybe I like it better with about, say, 60% right there. So there's my before and after. But it's a little on the dark side. So consider doing, I'm just going to come down here to the Oreo cookie dipped in milk. You could pull up levels, curves. I'm just going to do simple brightness and contrast right there. And again, I'm going to pull my brightness up. sort of like that. And in the contrast, you can see as I pull this back and forth, very little change in it, but it does make a change. So I'm going to leave the contrast alone. I'll leave it in the middle right there. But there we go. So there's before and after on that. But if I come down here, this is what I started with. That's what I ended up with. Maybe come over here, grab my signature and drop it in. And let's make sure, there we go. Control T, that's way too big right there. So again, Control T, Command T on a Mac. And I'm just going to resize my signature right there, enter, and we're done. So there you got it. Very simple to do. Try this technique, see what you think, and see the different variations you can come up with the different blending modes by just using that one feature called Find Edges after you duplicate your image. All right, so everybody give this a shot. Until next time, let's think creatively, literally out of the box. Again, till next time, see ya.